Boom, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, guys, what we saying? The George Benson Football Channel. All right, George Watmore is number 1. James Hare, John Carson, Milo Bryden, Mr. F, Mike GCS, Chubbs567. Welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome to Kosovo versus England. Today is Sunday. Hope you've all had a great weekend. We're going to watch the game together. It's literally just kicked off. Massive game for Kosovo. If you're from Kosovo, congratulations on hosting England. It's a monumental moment in your country's history with independence. And England probably, as the commentary have just said, only need 1 point in order to get a top 6 seeding place in the Euros. So plenty at stake in this one today. Hudson-Odoi is starting for England. It's a pretty exciting lineup. Hopefully he gets an England goal. It would be pretty special after the 7-0 the other day for it to happen. Yeah, so we're going to watch the game together. If you're in the stream, be sure to hit the like button, tweet it out if you want to try and get as many people in here as possible for me. That would be absolutely insane. I'm a bit disappointed that Tomori isn't playing for England tonight. I think that he probably deserves a start off his Chelsea form. But it is what it is. We were very, very good against Montenegro. Tyrone Mings is in the team as well. He's been very impressive for Aston Villa. Yeah, hopefully he comes off the bench and we can see Fikayo Tomori in that back line. Raheem Sterling is back in the team. Tilda's in Sweden. I've just been, I've actually had a bit of a bad day today, to be honest, but I went to Columbia Road Flower Market to try and buy some plants. Oxlade-Chamberlain is down injured. It's never a good sign. You never know if it's going to be something serious or not. He is rolling around. He's hitting the floor. It does look as though he's in a lot of pain. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Yeah, I also want to see Tammy Abraham come on. Mason Mount isn't in the team. I don't think he had his best game the other day. We did just get a donation. I will scroll back up and make sure I didn't miss that, from Adam Girani, somebody whose name I always see in the chat. Cheers, George. Your efforts do not go unnoticed. Thank you very much, mate. And because I've seen you donate a few times, I've just made you moderator of the chat. So nice one. I'm just going to tweet the stream out so we can get some people in here. Streaming right now. Hudson-Odoi watch. New video out later. I've actually got a new Chelsea video going out after this, so it is your lucky day if you're a fan of the channel. Yeah, we are well and truly ahead of the game with content today. I didn't do a video yesterday because I went to see a show in Richmond, which Simon for the In-Betweeners was one of the main characters in. It was actually all right, to be fair. It was only a £5. Good fun. Just had a couple of beers, went out last night. Nothing too heavy. Went to a place called Draft House, which ironically doesn't serve very good beer whatsoever, considering it's like a pub that prides itself off of beer, but it was awful. Life of Nicholas has been in every stream. You actually have, to be fair, right since the birth of the channel. This is not going to be an easy game, I think. I think Kosovo, this is such a huge occasion for them that I think they're going to give us a hard time. We saw it in the game at St Mary's at Southampton that when England played. Is it, pronunciation-wise, is it best to say Kosovo or Kosova? Kosova, I think, is the correct pronunciation. But in the second half, they gave us a really tough time there. I'm a Celebrity is starting tonight. Yeah, do you know what? I don't really watch much television. I don't really watch TV at all because, like, being on YouTube and stuff, I find it better to watch other creators' videos than I do television. But I'm a Celebrity is one of those kind of shows that I actually really enjoy. Tilda's a big fan as well. Kosovo with an O. Okay. You guys know better than me. Do I think Chelsea should splash the cash in January? I kind of go over some more transfer speculation in tonight's video. regarding strikers in particular. So I will wait to give my opinion on that when you see tonight's video that will be live around 30 minutes after this stream ends. In Hong Kong, it's 1 a.m. Well, I admire the dedication, mate, to be honest. It doesn't go amiss. Jag pratar lite svenska. To answer your question. Yes, we are still banned, but the appeal answer will be on the 20th. So that's on Wednesday. So Chelsea will find out on Wednesday whether we can sign players in January or not. And to be fair, I think there's a very good chance, as Hudson-Odoi gives a ball away there, that's not good. It's a very good chance that the ban will be uplifted because, you know, it's a bit like Jan said it in his video. It's a bit like when you commit a crime and then you behave in prison, you can get out early. It's a little bit like that in the footballing sense. So yeah, I think Chelsea could get away with it. Is my next video the same as Jan's? No, it's not. Him and I do make very similar videos because we post every day and we're good friends and we talk a lot. So there's often similarities between the videos we make, but we both have different ways of delivering them. So yeah, I know a lot of people watch both of us, which is cool. How am I? I'm good. I've actually had a bit of a crappy day today. I've just been feeling a bit under the weather. And I know I did go out last night, but I wasn't really drinking that much at all, so it wasn't that. Oh, it's a very good save in the end. Kosovo almost scoring from a header. People are asking me to remove someone. We just had a $2 donation again from Matty M. Legend, he's always in the stream. Gonna add you as a moderator as well, mate, from a Discord server, GBFC Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord server, it is simply $1 per month. It's very cheap. And it's a cool little place to just chat about football. Hudson-Odoi to Real Madrid. Yeah, no, not happening. I talk about that a little bit in my video today as well, not for too long. Do I watch F1? Yes, I do. But I've not watched it this weekend for Brazil. Nick Pope in goal for England tonight. First real chance of the game goes to Kosovo. When am I doing the Q&A video? That'll probably be out tomorrow, to be honest. I've just let the questions accumulate a little bit. And then I'm going to go through it. I'm deciding whether I want to make it like a really long video or whether I want to just like narrow it down. But I've never done a Q&A on the football channel before, so it's kind of, I might as well make it a long one. Have I heard about the protests in Hong Kong? Yes, I have. Long. All right, cool. What are my thoughts on Yusuf Atal liking Eunice's Chelsea rumour tweet? Yeah, for those who don't know, Eunice is part Algerian. So there's a direct link there. And Yusuf Atal did like his tweet. I think Yusuf Atal, being a young player, he sees the kind of speculation going around surrounding his name with a club like Chelsea. And he's probably got excited, to be honest. And the thing with social media is, if someone likes something, like for example, Frank Lampard likes Ben Chilwell's picture on Instagram. So immediately everyone's like, oh, that must mean that he wants to sign in for Chelsea. So, yeah, things like that. He's probably very interested in the move, I think. And I think watching him play, he's a baller. Yusuf Atal would be great to have at Chelsea. But the thing is, like, I don't know how he's going to play because Reece James he's the real deal. He will be Chelsea's #1 right back by the end of this season, guaranteed. So, I don't know. It's a tough one. It is a very, very tough one. Will I be at Chelsea versus Southampton? That's on Boxing Day. I think I will be. I was contemplating not going. Boxing Day is always such a boring atmosphere. at Stamford Bridge. It's always super flat, but I mean, I don't want to miss games at all these days. And I think it would be fun, especially if I go with some friends for like a little Christmassy Boxing Day vibe kind of vlog. I'll be back at home, not in London, with my family on Christmas Day. So if I can make it back, I don't know if the trains are running on Boxing Day. Do the trains run on Boxing Day? If the trains run, then I'll probably come. Kosovo fans are absolutely loving this, by the way. It's so good to see. They've all got their lights on their phones. I'm going to turn up the commentary a little bit on ITV right now. Do I like Lampard when he was a player? Frank Lampard as a player is my favourite player ever in football. So hopefully that answers your question. Now he's Chelsea manager. He's probably up there in like my top 3 people ever to exist on planet Earth, to be honest. David Attenborough being the other one, excluding family members, of course. Who else would I probably include in that list? Didier Drogba, yeah. Frank Lampard, David Attenborough and Didier Drogba. If I had 3 wishes in the world, it would be to do an interview with each one of them. And then I could happily die a happy man. Well, I don't want to die anytime soon, just to clarify that. What date is my girl back next month? She actually might be coming back on Wednesday. She's still deciding whether she wants to. To be honest, Oxlade-Chamberlain has had a couple of tackles go against him here. He's looking like he keeps holding his knee. If I was Jurgen Klopp and Gareth Southgate, I'd be a little bit worried right now. Harry Kane, who scored that wonderful hat-trick against Montenegro, leading the line again tonight for England. It would have been nice if it was Tammy Abraham, but it's not. What do I think of Tottenham? There's a word beginning with S and ending with hit that I will use to describe them. Good take from the Kosovo goalkeeper. 12 minutes into the game. Kosovo 0, England 0. Who is Chelsea's most important player at this moment, in my opinion? Chelsea's most important player at the moment is Tammy Abraham. In my opinion. It's his goal scoring record. It's unquestionable right now. To have double figures at this stage in the season already, it's huge. If I could have any Arsenal player, who would it be? It would be Aubameyang. Been watching since the FIFA 16 Euro series. Nice, mate. To be honest, I have thought about doing like a Gareth's Road to the Euros kind of thing. The only thing is, like, football challenges on YouTube now are just kind of dead. So it wouldn't really be the same excitement as Roy's Road to the Euros, because like no one would really want to watch football challenges anymore. People might say, yeah, we would, but like the reality is it just wouldn't get the views. What do I think about Milinkovic-Savic to Chelsea? It's a very unnecessary signing, in my opinion. Football content on YouTube has peaked. Yeah, it really has. The thing is, the good thing about doing like talk videos where we're talking about Chelsea or talking about the Premier League is that it's never going to wane in popularity, because football only gets more popular year by year. There's never like a season where no one cares. Like it happens every year. People are always involved. So, yeah. What happened to the travel vlog channel? Well, it's very hard to travel and do the football stuff. So something had to be sacrificed. And traveling is also very expensive. And in terms of like, I'm 25 years old, I kind of want to start saving a bit of money. I need to be based in one place, preferably London, to make the football content. So traveling's kind of gone on the back burner, but I've been working for ages with Lawrence on probably the most ambitious travel football series ever on YouTube. And I'm not exaggerating. I can't say any more than that right now because it's not confirmed, but it will be ridiculous, trust me. And it's never been done before. So yeah, we'll see. Travelling's kind of on the back burner for now. But we still get to go to places like Valencia. We're going to Valencia next week, the week after next. We're going, well, to Manchester next weekend. So it's kind of cool with travelling within the UK with the football stuff. Adam Durrani's been watching since the Omegle days. Bro, that's a good amount of time. We've all grown up in that time. What kind of music am I into? To be honest, I'm very vanilla with music. I like a bit of everything. I think mainstream music these days has become so samey. I used to be a guy who just liked anything in the charts, but now it's like, it's just all the same. Lyrics are so appalling. If you actually break down the lyrics to the majority of songs released nowadays, it's like, well, what the flipping hell are you on about? It's awful. I quite like grime music for that reason, because I think it's more personal. A lot of the mainstream songs you see now. It's a great ball in from Chilwell again. Harry Kane, here's Sterling. Gets it on his right foot. Very good save from the Kosovo goalkeeper. England now have a corner. Yeah, mainstream music's just got to like, nah. Ben Chilwell again. Yeah, I love old music. Like music from like the 80s, 90s, 70s is bang, right up my street. Will we see Reece James in the Euros? It all depends on how quickly he breaks into the Chelsea team. It's not a matter of if he'll break in, it's when he breaks in. And if he gets in, and he's a regular starter probably over the Christmas period, I've got no doubts in my mind that Gareth Southgate will take him to the Euros. Absolutely no doubts whatsoever. Where I had to discard a legend against Ezekiel. Mate, I know that. Even to this day, that still hurts me. Those memories. Ben Chilwell is too dear for Chelsea. What fullback do you think Chelsea need to sign? Can Yusuf Attal play as a left back? But I'm so reluctant to buy a right back because I'm on the Reece James hype train. Me and Alex Goldberg are driving the train. Yes, he can. Well, in that case, then Yusuf Attal could be a great backup left back. He's also happy, probably, to be a rotation player for now. So to have him, Reece James, Azpilicueta, Emerson, maybe we sell Alonso, maybe we don't. Like, to have these players all able to interchange with one another would be phenomenal. Okay, Kosovo, I don't know who that is. A beautiful bit of skill to play out from the back. What number is Callum wearing? Number 11 for England. Chilwell and Sancho would make me happy. Yeah, you know, the thing is with Ben Chilwell, I said in my video the other day that I would like to sign him. I would. But it all depends on when Chelsea want to go in for him. If Chelsea go in for him in January, you're going to have to pay an extraordinary sum of money. That is obviously if the transfer ban gets lifted, of course. What are my thoughts on Netherlands versus Northern Ireland? I know that game was yesterday, but I have no idea what the score was because I literally took a day off from football yesterday, which is weird. There's never really a day that goes by where I'm not at least keeping an eye on the scores and stuff. But yesterday, I really just didn't look at anything. 0-0. Okay, well, in that case, I don't have any thoughts on it. I know there was from what I saw today on Twitter, I saw that there was a bad decision for like a handball or something. Am I right? Can Jada Silva get a chance at Chelsea? It's going to be hard. It's going to be very hard. I think everyone at the moment is like excited about this academy influx of players. But the issue with that is that the next bunch of academy players is actually probably going to be even harder for them to break through because Chelsea will still spend money on players in transfer windows, which means that the young players now that are coming through, like the ones that are just like 17, 16, they might struggle a bit more. But there's still young players at the moment who are out on loan, particularly Conor Gallagher. I mean, he scored for the England under-21s again. He's a goal-scoring machine for Charlton right now. I think he could be a player to come in and potentially replace Ross Barkley within the squad. I really like Conor Gallagher. He's still very young as well. Thoughts on Mark Goldbridge? Yeah, I enjoy his videos. I don't watch them all, but like the ones I have seen, I think he's good, very good host of his own show. I think he's, yeah, good. That's the most like awkward way of saying good I've ever done. Do I think Pulisic or Hudson-Odoi for City? I think we stick with Pulisic for now, with Hudson-Odoi to come off the bench. Like, tactically, it's going to be fascinating game as Tyrone Mings gives the ball away there for the second time in the first 20 minutes to give Kosovo possession. It's going to be hard, that City game. It's going to be probably the toughest game of the season so far. And that's including like United away where we were battered. Well, battered with the scoreline, not really on the way the game went. Liverpool at home was very tough, but I feel as though the second half we did more than hold our own. We probably deserved a draw. So City is going to be by far the hardest match so far this season. But, you know, City haven't been playing that well. There is a statistic where they lose and then the game after they thump teams. And it is very, very typical of a team of that kind of caliber that they do come straight out of the blocks the game after a defeat, particularly after an international break as well. They'll have had too much time in their eyes to dwell on that Liverpool defeat. So City are going to be bang up for it. But the way we're playing away from home, and no Bernardo Silva as well, he's suspended. So who knows? It's not going to be easy, but Chelsea have won away at City before when everything was against us, when Gary Cahill put the ball in his own net. That famous 3-1, one of the best halves of the football you'll ever see from Chelsea. You ruptured your meniscus a month ago and can't play football until mid-January. Well, mate, the good news with that is you can play football again. So injuries are injuries, setbacks happen for everybody in life. It's the way you deal with it and the way you come out the other side that is the most important thing. Philosophy with Benson. Subscribe to the George Benson football channel if you haven't already. Here's Tyrone Mings giving the ball away this time to Ben Chilwell. Nice pass. England moving forward with Harry Winks. Playing it forward to Oxlade-Chamberlain, who's shaken off those early injuries. Out wide to Raheem Sterling. What can Sterling do here? He's got Trent Alexander-Arnold coming forward and he dinks it over the top. The Kosovo keeper collects it. Sterling not quite alert to it there. 21 minutes gone. Kosovo 0, England 0. Guys, we've got over 400 people in the chat. If you're in the chat and you haven't yet hit the like rating button on this stream, be sure to do so. See if we can get it up to 200 likes as quickly as possible. You guys are always awesome with the likes on the stream. It's just a little click of that thumbs up button. Or dislike it if you want to. I don't mind. Good evening. Good evening. I actually feel a bit sorry for Emery because not only does his actual management of his football team get scrutinised, but the way he says good evening also gets scrutinised as well. Poor man, he's not got a leg to stand on really, does he? Am I trying to commentate? You know what? When I was a kid, football commentator was my dream job. Just had a donation from James, again, another person whose name I've recognised with Super Chats, so I've just given you moderation for the chat, mate. Score predictions, and why is Harry Winks number 10? Good question. Your guess is as good as mine on the whole number 10 situation. I think England will win this game, but I think it's going to be tight. I think England will win it 2-1. This is probably the biggest football match in Kosovo's history. So they are well up for this. And it's a good ball in. It's headed away by Harry Kane back defensively there. Here's the Kosovo number 7 putting the ball into the box. And yet again, Harry Kane with a defensive header. What a player he is. Am I going to do a new flat tour? To be honest, mate, there's not really a lot to show. It's like, there's a kitchen that goes into this living room. And then a bedroom and a toilet and a cupboard. That's it. It's a very small one-bedroom flat. There's not really much point in me doing a tour, to be fair. Oh, I'm tired, guys. Cheers, Zach Evans, top man. I really like doing these live streams, you know. Like, it doesn't get as many views when it isn't Chelsea, but it's good fun. Good way to talk to you lot. Do I think we should play all three, Kante, Jorginho and Kovacic against City? Yeah, I do. I think Kante a little bit further forward. Here's Kosovo with a chance from the edge of the area. It's a dipping shot, bounces just in front of Nick Pope. It's a good save from England's goalkeeper. And he starts the attack with Trent Alexander-Arnold on the right-hand side. Yeah, I think it's going to be a very, very tricky game. I think those three physically, in terms of putting in the tackles, will be very good. I think one thing that those three probably do lack is pace. There's not really a runner Well, there is a runner. Kante is a runner. What am I talking about? The only thing that worries me about those three, and I think we'll go with a 4-3-3 against City, is Mason Mount with the press has been very key for Chelsea, but I do feel as though Mason could get lost in a game against Man City. So I think those three probably do offer us the best. I'm still, every day at the moment, I'm thinking about what 11 I would go with. We need to be careful about Pulisic's hip injury as well. I'm sure we're going to hear a lot more about that when he's back in Chelsea training this week. I'm sure by Tuesday we'll know if Pulisic's going to be fit. So if Pulisic isn't fit, then obviously Hudson-Odoi comes in to replace him. It's not exactly like it's a bad player to have to call upon. But yeah, we'll see. Speaking of Hudson-Odoi, he's not really got into the game as of yet, but there could be a chance for him now if he can keep this ball in. He does, but he doesn't manage to cut it back to Harry Kane as Kosovo come forward again. I think Kosovo have actually been the best team so far in this game. England have obviously already qualified, but got to make sure that we get one of those top 6 spots in terms of the qualification for top seeds. So England need to make sure they don't lose this game today. There's still definitely a lot to play for to try and get ourselves the most favourable draw for the Euros. Kosovo go for a long ball. It's a really nice pass again. Great first touch to keep control of the ball here. Kosovo coming forward. Sterling getting back for England. Harry Maguire is to make the tackle, but Kosovo still with the possession on the edge of the area. Good game. I'm enjoying this. Where do I shop at the most? I don't really shop anywhere, to be honest. I used to be really into like fashion and cool clothes and stuff, particularly sneakers, but nowadays I'm not really bothered, to be honest. Like, I'd rather spend my money on train tickets to go and watch Chelsea. So I'd probably say I spend most of my money in the megastore. Will football finally come home in 2020? England have got a very good chance, to be honest. Does Reece James need competition in order to improve? Definitely not. He has competition in Azpilicueta. He has competition in the fact that, you know, he's not a guaranteed starter right now. And for me, Azpilicueta is the best competition that Reece James could have because he's been at the club for a very long time. Azpilicueta is loved at Chelsea universally. And he's a very good role model for Reece moving forward as a Chelsea man. So right now, I don't think we should be over purchasing players to compete with Reece because he's already got competition. And that's why someone like Yusuf Attal would be a very good signing because he could play left back. So if we had Azpilicueta and Reece James as the two looking for the right back spot, and then you've got Yusuf Attal, Emerson, and maybe we keep Alonso, maybe we don't, fighting for the left back spot, I think that is really healthy competition for Chelsea. Darren Dickinson supports Nottingham Forest. Thank you for letting us know. Oh, jeez, my back. Love my Insta stories. Cheers, mate. What about Lamptey and Maatsen? Yeah, those are two good players at the moment who are kind of like on the fringes of breaking into the Chelsea first team squad in the reserves right now, in the younger teams, the youth teams. It's good players, but again, they're going to struggle at the moment. Loan moves definitely over the next 2 years for them are going to get them closer to the Chelsea first team, as Harry Winks gives away a foul there. Didn't look as if it was too much of a foul. Foul on Berisha, Kosovo's number 14. Oh, okay, he shoved him in the back. Yeah, that was a foul. Do I think we'll see more of Pedro and Giroud between now and January? Well, if you look at the fixture list in December, we've got 7 fixtures in the Premier League, and that's before Christmas. Well, Premier League and Champions League, we've got Lille, I think, on the 12th of December, 6 Premier League games before Christmas, and then Southampton on Boxing Day, then Arsenal away, then Brighton at home on the 1st of January, on the 1st of January. So in terms of the fixture list, it is pretty packed for Chelsea, so rotation's going to be key to make sure everyone's fit. But I think in January we might see, particularly if the transfer ban is uplifted, we probably will see Olivier Giroud leave the club. We might even see Pedro leave the club as well. Players of that age who just aren't playing want to be playing because they've not got that many years to be able to do so. It's a lovely first touch from Ben Chilwell. Here's Callum Hudson-Odoi. Go on, Callum. Go on, son. He's in the box. Go on. He's taken him on. And again. Callum! Oh, straight at the goalkeeper. Good patient run. Maybe you should have tried to offload it. I thought we were going to see a Hudson-Odoi England goal there. Got excited. 30 minutes gone. Kosovo 0, England 0. Is Caballero ever going to play this season? Well, Kepa's obviously the number one. Supposedly, Frank wants to bring Shay Given in for goalkeeping coaching, to be part of the coaching staff, because he's a bit worried about Kepa, which I can understand, actually. Caballero will probably play if Chelsea get a really favourable FA Cup third round tie. If we get like a League 2 club or a non-league club at home in the third round of the FA Cup, you could probably bet your bottom dollar on Caballero playing. But when Kepa's form isn't great, he should be playing every game, I think, for Chelsea at the moment, just to keep giving him those minutes and try and get him to work his own way out of bad form. He kept a clean sheet in the last game, so we can be happy with that. Through ball towards Callum Hudson-Odoi from Sterling. Here's Harry Kane for England on his left foot, takes a deflection, hits the Kosovo defender's head, and in the end, England have to go and suffer with a throw-in. Suffer with a throw-in? Settle with the throw-in was the word I was looking for. England playing poor. Yeah, it's a slow game, this one, to be honest. England know there's no real urgency, which for me is a good reason why Southgate should have played the likes of Tomori, why I'm glad he's playing Hudson-Odoi, because there are some players that really need to make an impact. Tyrone Mings is obviously playing, but at the moment England aren't really being tested at the back too much. What happened to Juan Castillo? Well, he's gone on loan to Ajax's B team. And I believe there is a buying clause that Ajax have, which I'm not sure was the best decision for Chelsea, to be honest. So maybe Ajax execute that. Who should play centre-back when Rudiger returns? Here's a chance, first of all, for England. Harry Kane's got into the box. What a finish. Now, that is why... That's Harry Winks, not Harry Kane. Sorry, I got that one wrong. Harry Winks with the finish. He's playing in the number 10, and that was exactly what a number 10 should be doing. He breaks into the box. The first touch kind of took the Kosovo defenders by surprise, and then it is a beautiful tucked-in finish to the bottom left-hand corner for Harry Winks, who's a player that I've often wondered exactly what it is he brings to the England team. It's his first goal in qualifying, and a big moment for the lad, and it's Kosovo 0, England 1, 32 minutes into the game. Kosovo managers looking a little bit sad. His team have done very well so far, but England break the deadlock in Kosovo. And Harry Winks it is with the goal. You see the build-up play here. It's Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. It's a very positive first touch from Harry Winks. Some may say that it wasn't the best first touch, but it's taken the Kosovo players off guard, and it's a beautiful finish. He's looking the other way. The keeper dives to the wrong side, and Harry Winks tucks it into the bottom left corner. 1-0 to England. All right, I'm going to make a quick note on my laptop. 31 minutes was the first England goal, so I can put it in the description this time. Harry Winks goal. When's my birthday? The 6th of August. I'll be 26. Flipping heck in 2020. What a wonderfully scary thought. Get in, England. It's not quite the goal fest that we saw at St Mary's, but still a pretty good game because Kosovo are actually playing, whereas Montenegro just weren't, to be honest. Didier Drogba or Thierry Henry? Well, you're asking a Chelsea fan. So, yeah. Do I think Masonda will have a chance with us? Unpopular opinion, but no. I think the guy has had far too many injuries to stunt his progression in football. No. I don't. Do I fancy chicken tikka? To be honest, I always fancy a bit of chicken tikka on a Sunday. But I'm probably going to make myself dinner tonight because I've got a lot of food that I need to cook before it goes off. You think I hype Tomori and Zuma too much? Our defence is not even top 10 in the Premier League. Okay, well, the way you're approaching that looks to me as though you are talking about the season so far. But if we actually look at Chelsea's progression, defensively we've got a lot better in terms of the amount of goals that we've conceded. So I would say Tomori and Zuma are definitely inside the top 5 centre-back partnerships in the league. Some may disagree with that, but the qualities individually that they have and the way that they're combining together at the back for Chelsea has been very, very positive. And I think it's only a matter of time before we start to see a lot more clean sheets from Chelsea. We're not right up there at the moment with clean sheets this season. I think Sheffield United have kept some of the most so far. But yeah, I think Zuma and Tomori are a very good partnership at the back for Chelsea. Kosovo getting forward again here with their number 9. Ben Chilwell's got to deal with this number 2, and it goes straight into the hands of Nick Pope. Kosovo 0, England 1. Am I watching I'm a Celebrity tonight? Yeah, I will, to be honest. It's one of the TV shows I like. Give my honest opinion of the Euro 2020 finals. Okay, I don't like the fact that it's over so many countries. I think it's kind of annoying. You know why they've done it, but it's also, as somebody who wants to go and document the Euros, like I never really know where I need to be. So when the draw's made, we'll see, and I'll start making a plan as to like how I want to go about my Euros content. Do I think Chelsea are guaranteed Champions League next season? Not guaranteed, but at the moment it's looking highly likely that we will be in the Champions League next season. We've been very good so far in the Prem. And it's up to us now. You know, we're in that position. We're in the top 4. It's up to us to progress with it. It's up to us to not throw the position away, really. Have I met the Chelsea squad? I met the majority of the squad in 2017. And because obviously nowadays there's so many new players in the squad, I've not really met any of the current crop of players. Let me just think about it. Who have I actually met who's currently playing in the Chelsea squad? I've done a video with Azpilicueta in Marseille many years ago. So I've met him. I've met Alonso. I've met... That's it, actually. Do you know, I don't think I've met anyone else. Top 4 teams for the Euros. England, France, Belgium, Netherlands. Off the top of my head. You also can't underestimate Germany, as ever. Probably Spain as well. But if you ask me for 4 teams, it would be England, France, Belgium, and the Netherlands. What do I think about the Chelsea community when there are A, overly positive people who doesn't see the issues, or B, overly negative guys who always think negatively? The Chelsea community is very split. I think in general, the people that create content and don't just rehash content on Twitter, I think the creators within the community are very positive, and rightly so. I don't think it's good to try and build an audience off of negativity. Personally, anyway, that's my thought. But I think Twitter in particular, there's a lot of Chelsea fans who are just overtly negative for no apparent reason. And I think a lot of it is due to attention, because it's much easier to get attention on social media when you're being negative, because it's kind of like elevated within people's responses. So yeah, I think a lot of the content created within the Chelsea community is very negative on purpose. So I don't really pay too much attention to that. But over the years, of course, there's been a lot of questionable things that have happened at Chelsea with managers, the way we play. Whereas right now, I find it ridiculous that people can still try and find like pointless faults in, for example, Tammy Abraham, Mason Mount. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Mason Mount liked my Instagram post. He's liked a couple of my pics. We chat on DM sometimes. Mason's a good guy. Like to do a video with him one day. Thoughts on Tino Anjorin? Good player. He kind of reminds me of Ruben a little bit, actually. I hope to see him get another opportunity in the first team before the end of the season. Probably the FA Cup is the best chance for that. Do I think the bridge West Stand and East Stand are quiet? Yes, it's too quiet. It's actually a bit like a morgue in the West Stand. I even got into trouble for swearing for the Valencia home game, which I find absolutely ludicrous. Yeah, I think the atmosphere at Stamford Bridge isn't as bad as people make it out to be. I've been to a lot of Premier League home grounds, and a lot of the so-called good atmosphere grounds, it's just not very good. I'm not saying Chelsea's home atmosphere is great, because it's not. It's actually quite poor. But I think a lot of atmospheres are poor, to be honest. But yeah, I think there needs to be some kind of way to build the atmosphere at Stamford Bridge, because at the moment it's just the Matthew Harding carrying things. The Shed kind of make a bit of noise, but it's like the Matthew Harding lower carry the mantle for Chelsea's atmosphere way too much. So there definitely needs to be something done, but there won't be because football's getting more and more commercial. So we're not going to lose the family stands. We're not going to lose the corporate stands. Ben Chilwell, again, brilliant first touch to get the ball away from Kosovo's number 2. 40 minutes in, England still 1-0 up. We're starting to control the game a lot more now, but Kosovo trying to get forward. Misplaced pass again, England with the throw-in. How should the back four look when Rudiger returns? Well, for me, Rudiger's return at the moment doesn't walk him straight back into the team, because I think that Tomori and Zuma, as a partnership, are doing very well. So I would say, at this moment in time, I would go with Reece James, Zuma, Tomori, and Emerson. Take a look at Anfield. The atmosphere is superb. Okay, I've been to Anfield a couple of times, and I wasn't impressed. I'm not going to lie. The atmosphere for big games is very good. It is, I'm not going to lie. But for like a standard game, the atmosphere at Anfield is nothing special. Do I think Chelsea's youngsters will still be starting after a few transfer windows? Who knows? Okay, this is an interesting question from George Shirley. What makes you feel that swearing at football at volume is okay? I can understand it, but equally it should be that children can go to games without being exposed to excessive swearing. Well, there's a family stand for a reason, right? So when you're getting up and shouting and swearing in the family stand, then I can kind of understand why a steward might come over and say, can you try and refrain from using that language? Because you're in a family stand. That's where the young kids are advised to sit. Whereas in an area where it's just full of adults, I don't think at a football game you should be told you can't swear. I just don't believe that's a thing. And when I bring it back to the way I've grown up with swearing, and the way I've been kind of lectured on swearing by my family, which I think is a very good way of telling kids about the right and wrongs of using certain words. My dad always said to me that he never wants to hear me swear in front of him unless I'm at the football. But at the same time, obviously, like, there's a few words that just aren't acceptable. But my dad always said to me, you can swear at the football, but as soon as you're out of the ground, you don't swear in front of me, which I think is a really good thing. And let's be completely transparent about this whole thing. Like, kids are swearing from a ridiculously young age these days because they've heard it in songs, they've heard it on movies, they've heard it from older kids in school, they've heard it from older family members. Like, 10-year-olds are swearing in school now. It's a joke, but that's my thought on it. So, George, in order to answer your question, I do think it's acceptable if you want to swear at a football game, because I think that it is one of those places where it is acceptable to do so. But in the family stands, when you're clearly surrounded by an average age that is far lower than yourself, then you should probably be a bit more careful about the language you use. Hopefully that's kind of like a relatively well-rounded answer to that question. What the hell has happened to Charlie Masonda? Just too many injuries, man. Like, he's been so unlucky with injuries in his career. Player with so much promise and potential. Will Leicester reach Champions League football? I think so. At the moment, I think they've walked themselves into second place, and I don't see them dropping out of it. Do I read my DMs? I go over my DMs on Instagram like a few times a week. I'm not gonna lie, I get a lot of DMs on Instagram. I get like probably about 100 a day, which is crazy. So it's very hard to read and respond to them all because I just literally don't have the time. Yeah. And it also makes it, if I respond to all of the things, I get notifications whenever I do. So it's kind of like the people that I need to talk to, no offense, but the people that I'm friends with or the people that I interact with on Instagram because I know them, it makes it harder because notifications just get spammed when I respond to everybody. But To give myself credit, I think I do quite a good job of responding to people. Who will get relegated this season? Norwich will get relegated. I think Southampton will go down. And I also think Watford will just about go down because of their bad start to the season. All right, 30 seconds to go until the 45th minute. I can't imagine there's going to be too much time given at the end of the first half. England defending very well. Declan Rice coming out from the back for England, giving it to Raheem Sterling. This is his 22nd game this season for Club and Country, Sterling. Gives it to Trent Alexander-Arnold, to Oxlade-Chamberlain in the middle. He's had a very good international break for England. Scored against Montenegro, and he's had a decent first half here again in Kosovo. Ben Chilwell, England just keeping possession of the ball. Hopefully we don't give it away and concede a goal before half-time. That is half-time. Kosovo 0, England 1. Let's talk Chelsea. What's happened to Pukki? Well, he had a good start to the season, was overhyped. My voice just cracked there. Beyond belief. And obviously now, like, we're just seeing that Norwich are bang average and Timo Pukki is pretty average. It's just a loss of good form. Like, when someone starts the season the way that Pukki started the season, it's like, you just have to accept that it was a very good start to the season. It's not a true reflection of his actual ability. What's my honest thoughts on Scott McTominay and Dan James? They're impressive young footballers, to be honest. I think in terms of where they're at, Man United is a great place for them to be. I think particularly Scott McTominay has been huge for United this season with his performances when their team has been and is relatively average. Dan James is kind of an electric burst kind of player, but I think he's also got a lot of innate ability, and I think he'll come good over the coming years. World Cup thoughts. I'm excited for the World Cup, man. People have given the Qatar World Cup a really hard time. But from what I understand, and from going to Qatar multiple times and seeing the work that's going on there, people are going to be very surprised. People are giving Russia a really hard time about how they got the World Cup, what the World Cup was going to be like. And I would say, having been to Moscow during the World Cup, the semi-final as well, I think Russia probably put on the best World Cup there's ever been. So, yeah, I think Qatar will surprise everybody with their hosting of the World Cup. Do I think we should play 3-4-3 against City? Absolutely not. We should not go to a 3 at the back against Man City. We've been defending really well recently with playing 4 at the back. So I 100% would not change that right now. Guys, just going to do a little push. If you're in the stream and you haven't yet hit the like button on the stream, be sure to do so. Appreciate it. How do I feel racism can be dealt with? I think what's going on right now is pretty good, to be honest. I think it's going to be hard to totally eradicate it because a lot of the people that still are racist are just racist from the way they've been brought up. It's been just really poor education, poor societal prejudice that they've grown up with and have been kind of embedded within their brains. And it's very hard when someone has believed something their whole life, yet they're not open to thinking in a different way. It's very hard to change people's perceptions. So in terms of getting rid of racism, it's not going to be easy, but I think the movements that are currently in place are doing a lot to eradicate it. And the average football fan is now far more aware of what to expect so that when it does happen, we can all jump on the same bandwagon, which is a good bandwagon, of trying to kick it out. What is my favourite Chelsea player of all time? Super Frankie Lampard. That is a no-brainer. Did I do well in my GCSEs? Yeah, I did quite well. I got 6 A's and 4 B's in my GCSEs. Oh, man, I'm so tired. Hello from Australia. Nerd. Someone just called me a nerd for getting good grades. I'm pretty sure if you had the choice between good grades and bad grades, you'd choose good grades. What are my thoughts on Johnson at Chelsea? I loved Idiger Johnson. He was one of my favourite players. He actually scored a hat-trick in one of my first games that I ever went to. Also, I did a really good video with Idiger Johnson that Chelsea Football Club didn't upload when we lost to Arsenal in the FA Cup final. I filmed a pre-match video with Idiger Johnson, and they didn't end up posting it because Chelsea never used to like posting content if the team lost, which I think is crazy. So that was frustrating. Why is Hudson-Odoi so bad? I don't think he's bad. I just think because he's a young player who's clearly got talent, people expect too much too soon. What is the motivation for the short hair? The motivation for the short hair was simply making my life easier, to be honest. When you're on camera every day, having to worry and think about the way your hair looks is a bit boring, monotonous and frustrating. And if you get rid of your hair, then you don't have a choice as to care about it. So I got rid of it, shaved it off. As you can see now, it's kind of got a bit long again, and I don't like it when it's this length, so I'm getting it cut on Friday before the City game. I'm going to have a fresh skinhead to go to Valencia next week. Do I think Christensen will ever find his way back into the Chelsea team? Yeah, Christensen has still got a big part to play in this Chelsea team. Right now, we've obviously got Zuma and Tomori playing very well. Christensen is still relatively young. I don't think his form this season's been bad. Obviously, people will say that defensively we've been much better since we've had a consistent partnership. But Christensen's been injured. Rudiger's been injured. Well, Zuma and Tomori have played their way into that back two. And it's great that they're doing well at this point. How is Masonda doing now? He's had surgery on a recurring injury. And I think it was a successful surgery, but, you know, his time is running out, unfortunately, in terms of making it at the top level, which is what we thought he would. Just watching that Harry Winks goal again now, it's a really good finish from Harry Winks. Great positional awareness from him as well to make that run, to burst forward. Harry Kane just holding back, as he often does when he drops deep. Brilliant stuff. When is the Q&A? I'm going to film the Q&A in the morning. I might even change things around a bit in the living room. I've got this sofa that I'm sat on now, and then there's like an individual chair that matches the sofa that I might sit on in front of the window because the sun comes in. It's quite nice first thing in the morning. It's also freezing in my apartment right now. I might have to go and put the heating on. What's my opinion on Conor Gallagher? Man is an absolute baller. All right, we've got a donation. We'll talk about Conor Gallagher in a second, but Abdullahi Mohammed, thank you for the $8 donation. That is a nice, chunky donation. Golden vlog. Have I ever done a pre-season vlog of Chelsea? No. Yes, actually I did. I went to Reading away, but I was in the home end, and I got abused for my opinions on the Reading ticketing process, which still to this day I thought was absolutely extraordinary that Reading fans thought it was justifiable to stick people in a queue for 2.5 hours for a pre-season friendly. But anyway, yeah, I've done an away vlog. Next season, you can bet your bottom dollar that I will be going to every single pre-season game that Chelsea do, no matter where it is. I'm hoping it's in the USA. I think it is, because I've got some very good ideas as to content to do in the US regarding Christian Pulisic and Chelsea. So next season, I will be doing all of the pre-season games. I will make a point of it. So yeah, in terms of like vlogging content on the channel, I really want to go into a lot more just random football match vlogs. I'm not sure if you guys would be interested in this, but last season I went to Leyton Orient a few times because I was living in East London and tickets were really good value. And at the same time, like the little thing, like going to Leyton Orient, the pie and a pint is like £5, which is just brilliant. And Leyton Orient were really good and they're now in League Two. So if you want to see me go to like more games that aren't always Chelsea, then let me know. Going back to Conor Gallagher though, yeah, I think the kid's got a lot of talent. I think he's very confident as a person from what I understand. He can shoot from range. I think he's probably a direct replacement in the Chelsea squad for Ross Barkley at this point. My current favourite Chelsea player is N'Golo Kante. Absolutely love him. Really want to meet me at the bridge. You're there on Boxing Day. I'm not sure if I'm going to Boxing Day game, to be honest. I might, but you know what Christmas is like, bit of family time. I don't live with my family. I live in London and my family live like an hour and a half away from me. So Christmas, I'll have to prioritise the family. Oh, hi Tilly. Yes, England are playing Kosovo right now and they are winning 1-0. Wan-Bissaka or Trent Alexander-Arnold? Definitely Trent, in my opinion. Nike or Adidas? Nike for me. I like Adidas too. Favorite ever Chelsea kit? My favorite ever Chelsea kit is probably I like the away kit for this season. I think it's unbelievable. I really like the old school Zola Auto Glass. Obviously, I also like the one Tilda bought me for my birthday. She'll have a go at me if I don't say that. That is cool as well. The 1994 kit that I've worn a few times. Honestly, where do I think Chelsea will finish this season? I think we'll finish third. Your brother's a mascot on Boxing Day. Well, congratulations to him. That is pretty cool. Tammy or Hudson-Odoi? Different players, man. Like, in terms of picking a favourite right now, I'd probably go with Tammy. But who knows for the future. The blue and gold 2013 kit was very nice, Matty. I agree with you. Prediction for England in 2020. Bare minimum semi-final for me. This England team has got so much talent. There are so many options in so many positions, particularly going forward and at right back. I think the minimum we'll do is get to the semis, and then considering the semis we played at Wembley, who knows, man? I think this England team, I'll put some money on England to win the Euros next year for sure. I'm quietly confident that we'll get to the semi-final minimum. Thoughts on the batsman? I love Michy Batshuayi. I've made that very clear. How do I rate Kepa? I rate Kepa very highly. I just think his recent form hasn't been good enough for a 72 million goalkeeper. Kepa or Arrizabalaga. If you know, you know. Do I ever see Super Frank coaching England? Yes, I do. I think the interesting thing with Lampard is he's still so young and inexperienced, yet he's already got his dream managerial job. So I think that Chelsea will give him a lot of time. I think he will definitely get minimum 3 seasons, minimum. But I think Frank will be at Chelsea for a while. And then who knows, like the England job from the Chelsea job would probably be ideal for Lampard. Because for him, it's very difficult to know how you go up from your dream job. Collab with Eunice coming soon. Hopefully, yeah, we want to do something together soon. He's been in a couple of my match vlogs. Champions League ones, at least. Do I think Marcus Alonso could ever back into the squad like his season under Conte? In terms of playing with wing-backs, it's probably not going to happen. And if it does, Alonso by that time will probably have been played out of this team. I think Alonso's best days in a Chelsea shirt have probably already been had. What is my second team or a team that I have a soft spot for? I've got a soft spot for Newcastle, I'm not going to lie. I follow Leyton Orient's results because I went to a few of their games last season. Other than that, I don't really know, to be honest. I don't really have a soft spot for many teams. I did like Real Madrid. I also like Dortmund. Oh, damn. Voice crack. Am I going to the Lille game? Yes. Mr. Benson for England manager. The dream. Come on, the Geordies. Yeah, I do like Newcastle. Just like their fans, and I like what the people from the city stand for. Come down to Ipswich. Probably got no reason to go to Ipswich anytime soon, unless Chelsea draw Ipswich in the FA Cup, which we have done a couple of times before. One player I would sign in January. You'll find out in tonight's video. Frank Lampard's Chelsea will be Sir Alex Ferguson's Man United. I mean, that is the pipe dream, isn't it? We'd all love to think that Frank will be at the club for as long as a manager as he was a player. It's possible. I think of all the managers we've had in the past 10 years, Frank has got the best chance as any to actually be there for a long time. Ronnie Sargent, I saw your question the first time, but my favourite Chelsea chant is... what's my favourite Chelsea chant? Probably Chelsea. Just Chelsea. Chelsea. I love that. Because everybody sings it. It's not like you could be in the home end or the away end, and it's not like anybody doesn't know the song. So it's probably the loudest chant we have. Did I see Eden Hazard's message to this Chelsea team? Yes, and I go over that a little bit in my video tonight. So for the 430 people in the stream right now, this is not the only content I'll be posting today. I will be posting a brand new video after this stream finishes. So stay tuned for that one. Ruben Loftus-Cheek or Mason Mount. Two different players playing in similar positions, but very different players who bring different things to the team. Who is the best player in the league? I would go as far as to say Kevin De Bruyne. How has Frank made everyone better? I think the disciplinarian / confidence building manager that Frank Lampard is, with the license to play aggressive attacking football, that sparks confidence in everybody. Who to buy, Fred or Cazorla? I love Santi Cazorla. Little story about my footballing history. If I would ever pinpoint one of the best ever individual performances I've ever seen in a football stadium live, I would tell you about Santi Cazorla's performance that I saw between Reading and Arsenal when Arsenal won 5-2 in a Premier League game a few years ago. Santi Cazorla that day, I don't think I've ever seen a player play so well live as I did that day. He was unbelievable. So I would take Santi Cazorla. I think he's a brilliant footballer. One of the most underrated footballers of the last 10 years. Also extremely unlucky and a very good, nice story. Mr. Nicholas, enjoy your shower, my friend. Do I miss Mikel and Moses? I actually do. I love John Obi Mikel. One of my favourite moments in the last 10 years as a Chelsea fan was seeing his goal in Paris. I was there on my own. At this time, I wasn't really friends with anyone in the Chelsea community, so I went to the away game on my own in Paris. It was freezing cold. And when he scored, I ended up about 4 rows in front of me. And then I met this guy called Marcus that night, who I've kept in contact with ever since. And Victor Moses, I think what he did for Chelsea, particularly in that title-winning season, is underrated. And there is talks that he might be coming back to Chelsea in January as well, because he's not really having the best time of things out in Fenerbahce. So, again, gives Frank Lampard another option for a versatile player that can play anywhere on the right-hand side of the pitch. Do I think Hudson-Odoi has been poor since returning from injury? I think poor is a very unfair reflection. He started very brightly, got a few assists, scored against Grimsby. But what I think we're seeing from Callum is what you expect from a 19-year-old, just turned 19. He has come back from a really big injury, which has probably shaken him and scared him as a footballer. So he's being a little bit, He's being careful. And he's probably a bit reluctant to try and keep making the same runs that we saw from him last season because he doesn't want to spark the injury off again. So I think it's just a case of building his confidence back up to remember how good he is when he runs at players. So cautious, that is the word, G Brisley 611. We will see the best of Hudson-Odoi probably before Christmas. I think it's going to be a huge round of fixtures coming up for Chelsea. The next 2 away games are massive in our season. If we can get any kind of result at City and then beat Valencia, it would be a massive success. And then we've got West Ham at home and then 7 games before Christmas. So many fixtures, and Chelsea are going to need to be on their game. And I think we'll see the best of Callum in those weeks. Chance for England, though. The second half is 3 minutes underway. Trent Alexander-Arnold is over a free kick, as is Ben Chilwell. I fully expect it to be Trent to whip the ball into the box. Harry Kane's waiting for it. Declan Rice is waiting for it as well. I'd like to see him get a goal. Trent with the ball in. It is oh, what a ball. Sterling's got a gamble early on that one. It's gone straight into the keeper's hands, but it's put into the perfect position from Trent Alexander-Arnold. A brilliant deliverer of a dead ball. Harry Winks there gives away the ball after a nice little first touch, and Kosovo can try and get forward again, but England are looking pretty compact. It's a decent ball over the top. The number 2 is making an overlapping run, and they put it into the box, and it's not dealt with by Trent, and it's put back in, and it does go all the way through. England looking a little bit nervy here at the back. Oh dear, and Oxlade-Chamberlain slices a clearance away, and it will be a Kosovo corner. Do I think Victor Moses would get back into the Chelsea team? No, but he could potentially be a decent utility player between now and the end of the season. What are my thoughts on the Chelsea board? Credit where credit's due. There have been times over the years where we've given individuals stick, but I think the way that the football club is being managed right now from a financial perspective is brilliant. The way that we are locking down these young players to new contracts, whether or not they fulfill their contracts or not, Chelsea financially are really well set up, and that was a brilliant ball. And Kosovo almost with the equaliser. The header goes just past Nick Pope's post. Can I do a video on the loan players? I actually did a video on the loan players. If you guys haven't seen it yet, you should go and check it out. It was a good video. I think it's done quite well. It's got 40,000 plus views, where I give my opinions on which loan players have a future at Chelsea, which loan players are doing what at the moment. Is there a way to buy a season ticket for money without membership? I don't know, if I'm honest. Personally, I won't be spending more than I should be on a season ticket, so I'll never really think about that. Chiang Mai. Tilly, I'll give you a call once I finish this stream. Thoughts on the Sancho transfer rumours? I mean, if you watch the George Benson football channel, you'll know. What is my actual name? George Benson. Pretty standard, man. Chelsea's best free kick taker. Probably the man who isn't taking free kicks right now. I'm going to say Reece James. Trust me. Reece James is going to score a free kick this season, and you can all come back and thank me for the idea. Do I think the Chelsea squad will stay at Chelsea for the next 5 to 7 years? There's absolutely no reason why not. But the thing in football is it's a progressive sport that's always changing. Circumstances change, players' mentalities change, players' love for certain things change. So what we got to remember with Chelsea is it's all nice and great to have all these young players, but the overall goal of the club is to win trophies. And the club will buy players which might leave some of these academy players out of the team. And then it's up to them. If they want to stay and fight for their place, great. I'm not going commando. I've got shorts on right now, but they're very short shorts. So that's why the camera is pointing up this way, so that we don't get any strikes on the YouTube channel, you know? Could I do a video about how we would be doing if Sarri stayed? To be honest, I don't think there's any point in that kind of video. I think there's not really any value in that. Because A, we have no idea. B, I think Maurizio Sarri is a scapegoat for bad comments, yet he did very well in his one season at Chelsea. Maurizio Sarri will never really go down as an iconic Chelsea manager, but what he got the club, a European trophy, finished third. You know, the man deserves credit. Got to the Carabao Cup final as well, and we lost on penalties. Like, you know, we could have very easily finished with 2 trophies last season under Sarri. So I, for one, am very appreciative of what he's done for this club. Can we beat City? We can beat City. What is my feeling about Mason Mount at the moment? Good. I think people are giving him a hard time. And I don't really understand why. The man is still playing his usual style of football, which is very high press, high energy, high octane. And I think that he's doing well. I think the fact that he's playing so many minutes so soon within his Chelsea career might be getting the better of him in terms of the impact he can have right now. But I think people that are giving Mason Mount a really tough time aren't really thinking with that much perspective at this point. I think he's doing very well. What about video games? Do I have some favourites? I love the old school Call of Duties. I used to be pretty good at COD, to be fair. If you've been a follower of my YouTube antics for many years, you'll know that Call of Duty was how I started making videos nearly 9 years ago. And I love COD. Tilda and I like playing zombies together too. Do I like Galatasaray? I'd love to go to Istanbul to watch a Galatasaray game. Declan Rice coming away with the ball for England. Hudson-Odoi. Here's Ben Chilwell, who's hoofed it forward. Kosovo have actually started this second half very well. Can I do a Chelsea football manager career mode? Maybe. It's tough with this whole, like, do I do gaming videos, do I not do gaming videos thing. I might start using my main channel as video games. What do you guys think about that? Because right now I'm not traveling and I'm not making travel videos anymore unless they're football based, in which case it goes on the football channel. So I don't know, let me know what you think. Should I do it, should I not? What did I do at uni? I did 2 courses at uni, but well, technically I failed both of them, but I actually quit both of them off my own accord. So the first one was business management, which was an absolute disaster. Because I didn't realise how much of business management courses is based off of maths. And quite frankly, I was only interested in like man management and people management as opposed to like understanding the maths behind business. So I quit that. And then I went to do radio production to try and become a radio presenter / sports commentator, and felt as though the money I was paying, I was getting nowhere near the value that I would if I was to go off my own back and try and gain experience. So I thought instead of paying 9 grand to be taught, not even how to be a radio presenter, I was being taught about the history of radio, which I just found totally pointless. I thought it would be best for me to focus on YouTube and focus on trying to gain experience in that kind of football field. So it was the best decision I ever made, much to the dismay of my family members and some friends of mine who didn't quite understand that YouTube was going to take off for me. I didn't think it was going to take off, but it did. And that's because I was putting effort into it. And I think with life, if you are focusing on a media form, I would not advise going to uni. Most people would advise going to uni, but there are plenty of case studies now as to how you can actually make money by gaining experience without spending and leaving yourself with a massive debt. So if you're looking to get into anything in the media industry, I would always recommend aiming for experience, whether it's radio and you go on hospital radio or local radio, or simply like learning a course on how to edit online. It costs you far less money than 9 grand a year that it costs in the UK in particular to go to university, which is, it's ridiculous. I don't want to get into politics on my channel, but I certainly think that the education system here needs some sort of revamp. That was a bit of a rant, wasn't it? Hashtag George Benson for president. Tilda, you're cute. I love you. Yeah, Unruly Max. It is way more expensive in the US, which I find absolutely crazy. Do you know what I think about going back to education? Like, I think far too many people go to university because they think it's the only thing they should do with themselves. There's so many opportunities these days without going to uni that people need to consider. Like, schools push university so much without really giving any time of day to alternatives. University's great for many reasons. And I think particularly if you're going into a job like being a doctor, being a surgeon, like the only way to do that is to go to uni. But I don't know, there's definitely things to think about. Out of all the academy players, where did that question go? Who do I think will stay in the next few seasons? Everybody who's there now should stay, in my opinion, because I think Chelsea are about to build something pretty special over the next, 10 years. Name some future Chelsea legends. Reece James will go down as one of the best right-backs the club's ever had. I'm telling you. Kepa or Courtois? Gonna say Kepa. Go on, Callum. Here's Hudson-Odoi. Want to see something from him here. Go on, take him on. Yes, he's driven inside. Hudson-Odoi. Oh, he's looking for the top corner. Confident play, though, from Callum. You like to see that. England's number 11, the Chelsea man, driving at the Kosovo defence. Cuts inside. They can't touch him, but he puts it over the bar. Poor finish. Something from Callum's game that definitely needs to improve is the finishing. That is for sure. If I was manager of Chelsea, would I put Callum Hudson-Odoi or Sancho in my first 11? Speaking of Hudson-Odoi, Rashford is coming on for him. Wouldn't say it was Callum's best performance today in terms of doing himself justice moving forward. It wasn't his best performance, but there were bright sparks at times. Will we mess up? Hopefully not. Life of Nicholas, the only game he's ever been to with Chelsea was as a Leicester fan. Game was against City at the Bridge during that amazing Conte season. Nice. Oh, guys, I am so tired. Yeah, I do love Reece James. And people need to look into why I love Reece James. The guy's an absolute baller. Best moment of the season so far? Good question. The best moment of the season so far was the victory at Southampton, in my opinion. That was the game where I realised how good this Chelsea team is. The most incredible moment of the season was when Azpilicueta scored the 5th goal against Ajax. Now that was ridiculous. But then obviously we got VAR that came and took it away from us. So what happened to Herder of Buffalo? Well, I changed the name of the channel about 3 years ago because Herder of Buffalo was an alias when I was a teenager and I'm like a grown man now, so it's kind of pointless. And quite frankly, I started the football channel and didn't expect it to be doing this well. So, yeah. Son or Mount? I'd probably say Son at this point because he's more experienced and I think Son is a top-class player. What does Kepa need to do to reach the next level? I think he needs to just exude more confidence, which is easier said than done. But I think Kepa's got all the ability, but sometimes I feel as though he isn't vocal enough, and I also feel as though he isn't commanding enough of his back line. I think that Kepa needs to accept himself as a potential leader. Chilwell, oh, driven in. Here's Sterling, England close to a second. Harry Kane off the post! So close to a second goal for England, doubling the lead. Harry Kane off the post, and yet again, it all started with a forward move from Ben Chilwell, forcing a save from the goalkeeper. Here's Trent Alexander-Arnold. England putting the pressure on Kosovo now to try and get goal number 2. Kane or Sterling? Difficult question. They're England's 2 best players, for sure. It's Marcus Rashford, unlucky there. 28.5 minutes to go. Kosovo 0, England 1. Thoughts on Conor Gallagher? I've already given my thoughts, pardon me, on Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher, very good player. I rate him highly, and I think he will be back. Oh, that is a poor cross from Trent. Which is the best player in Chelsea? Do I rate highly? Kante is probably the best player in the squad. But at the moment, who do I rate the highest? I'd say Kovacic is doing a lot, or Tammy. Who is Chelsea's unsung hero? Jorginho, at the moment, is the unsung hero, I think. Here's Sterling, chance for 2-0. Oh, he took too much time, Sterling. Good defending from Kosovo. Who've done themselves absolutely no injustice whatsoever in this game today. Kosovo have been very, very good, particularly defensively against a free-scoring England team as their number 17 spreads it out wide. Chance to run at Ben Chilwell here. Looked like he was going to go for the Rabona. It's crossed into the box. Tyrone Mings wins the header, but it's still not fully cleared. Here's Selena. Kosovo being patient with their build-up. The number 9 looking to go for goal. Goal kick. What do I think about Sancho to Chelsea? Watch my last video is what I'll say to that one. What position do we need to strengthen the most? Tough one. I'd still probably say left back. Chelsea are blessed with some very good strength in depth right now. But I do think we need to strengthen the left back position. At least in terms of options. Would I bring in a better second keeper? Do you know what? I think Willy Caballero as a second choice goalkeeper is a very good option to have. In terms of putting the pressure on Kepa, don't know if pressure is exactly what Kepa needs to improve. I think it's just, like I said, a confidence thing with him right now. And maybe in terms of technical ability, just a bit more coaching. What do I think about getting Harry Kane? Very unlikely. Chelsea to get Harry Kane would probably have to spend around 250 million. Tottenham are not going to sell to Chelsea. It would be possibly the worst thing that Spurs could do would be to sell Harry Kane to Chelsea. In terms of like Chelsea having the money, it's possible. I don't think there's anything worse for Spurs fans, really. They could sell him to Arsenal, but then again, Arsenal were frightened of dipping their money in their pockets for a coffee, let alone spending money on Harry Kane. Jody Morris is too public, if you know what I mean. Well, I know what you're talking about, but I don't think it's a problem. I think it's a bit of an overreaction, really. Oh, guys, I'm so tired. Mason or Jack Grealish? Definitely Mason for me. Jack Grealish is a good player, but I'm going to go and stick with Mason Mount in terms of answering your question. Am I going to the City game? Yes, I am. Just going to quickly retweet my own tweet. I'm just going to quickly tweet out the stream again. Final 25 mins of Kosovo versus England. Chatting all things England and Chelsea with the chat. Come join the stream. Boom. If you guys could retweet the tweet I've just put out, I would highly appreciate it. See if we can get back up to over 400 people in the stream. Who do I want at Chelsea? I've answered this in so many videos, man. I want to see Tammy Abraham on the pitch now. Like, I think England need a second goal in this game. I predicted 2-1 to England, and I'm going to stick with that scoreline. I think Kosovo have looked good. Have I seen Mini Minter's video going to 20 stadiums in 24 hours? Yes, I have. I watched it, and it's a very good video. Love Simon. Top man. Would I want to see Reece James given an opportunity in midfield? I'd rather he was given an opportunity at right back, but if he can fit in the middle, then why not? What do I think about Shay Given helping Kepa? Yes, I think that would be a good thing for him. Frank's worked with Shay Given before, so that is like an easy transition for Shay Given to come to Chelsea. So we shall see. Thoughts on Jack Grealish? Good player, useful player, very important to Aston Villa. Ruben Loftus-Cheek or Ethan Ampadu? Ruben at this point. Here's Rashford. Oh, that's brilliant from Marcus Rashford. And again, Kosovo defending resolutely. They are giving everything here. Do England have a chance of winning the Euros? Absolutely, Jamie McSparron. The transfer ban is indeed the unsung hero of Chelsea, that is for sure. How many goals will Tammy score this season? I'm going to go with the total tally of 23. 20 goals in the Premier League for Tammy this season would be phenomenal. You just subscribed. Welcome to the George Benson football family, Guy Valdeleros. The current Napoli right back. Yeah, good player from what I've seen. Worst player in the Chelsea squad. I'm not going to answer that question. Come on, England. 20 minutes to go to end the Euro 2020 qualifying campaign. I'm actually glad we're not going to have international breaks for a while. I enjoy doing the England live streams and stuff, but like, it's nothing quite like going to a Chelsea game every week, twice a week. Guys, if you're still in the stream and you haven't yet hit the like button, be sure to smack a like on the stream. It really helps. Be completely unbiased, Mount or Maddison? I think James Maddison is a really good player. So I'm probably at this point going to say Maddison, but Mount is doing extremely well. Oh, wow. Kosovo are in. They're round the back here. Oh, good defending from Tyrone Mings. Quick. What is my best moment of the decade other than winning the Champions League? It's got to be Michy Batshuayi's goal at the Hawthorn, surely. What is the price range to get tickets to the bridge coming from the States? The lowest price is 25 quid for cup games, up to about £75 in the West Upper on a Premier League match day. And then obviously you've got like the private boxes and stuff, which you can spend in excess of a couple of grand if you want to. Would I ever consider going on the United stand for a Chelsea versus United preview? Definitely. I'm always up for collaborating. It's something I want to do with the match previews, is I want to try and start getting fans of other teams that we're playing against involved. Kosovo getting forward again here. It's the number 2. Decent ball into the box, headed away from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Kosovo have got a couple of players in the box here. England being asked to defend. Real test of our resoluteness at the back. Here's the Kosovo number 7, back to the number 9. Trent Alexander-Arnold with a bit of defending to do, but they're getting around England's defence far too easily. Trying to look for a shooting opportunity. It's spread out wide again. It's a poor pass. The final ball from Kosovo has let them down today, but other than that, they've played some really good football. Need to go on the kickoff. I've been on the kickoff once before. I have been invited on this season. It's just when I'm going to the Chelsea games, it's kind of hard. Can't do both. There's only one George Benson. Can't be on the kickoff and go to the games. Do I think Chelsea can top their Champions League group? Absolutely. I think the game away at Valencia is absolutely the biggest game of the season so far. Win that game and then beat Lille at home by a couple of goals, then I think we'll win the group. And that would be phenomenal. Set pieces. Oh, do we have to talk about set pieces today? I don't really want to be honest. I don't really want to. Why do I think the Chelsea community is so small on YouTube? I don't think it is that small, to be honest. There's a lot of really good creators. And I'll give a quick shout out to Son of Chelsea, a channel that I've appeared on this week. We did like a 30-minute Skype conversation, just chatting about all things Chelsea. I'll leave a link to it actually in the description of this video. I'll quickly grab it now from my laptop. It's a really good video. It's quite a long video. It's like a 30-minute chat, but it's a good chat. I will link it in the description. You guys should head over. In fact, we could do like a live stream little changeover. You guys should go and leave a comment saying that the stream sent you. I'm going to put it in the description now. You guys go and be legends. Son of Chelsea GBFC collab video. Go and show this video some love. It is now officially linked in the description. Just had a donation come in from... Hang on, I haven't missed it. I mean, I have missed it. Let me just quickly get it from Max Carr. Thank you for the £2 donation. Do I think Hazard will ever come back to Chelsea? It is a pipe dream. It is something that I would absolutely love to see. But I'm not sure. Guys, go and show some love to the video I've linked in the description. Mason Mount has just come on for England for the final 18 minutes. Hopefully, we can see a goal from Mason Mount. All right. Will I collab with Nini FC? I'd like to, yeah. I've never actually met Nini before. Most of the Chelsea guys I've met, but I've never met Nini before. Maybe one day we will do a collaboration. Who should be on free kicks for Chelsea? Reece James or Willian, I think. Again, Kosovo getting forward. Ben Chilwell's dealt with that really well. Harry Winks, who I definitely feel as though has been the best player on the pitch so far for England tonight. Rashford is making a run. Harry Kane also doing very well. Good defending again from Kosovo. They've really impressed me. Just had a €2 donation come in from Oscar678. Thank you for the donation, mate. A couple of donations coming in here. Do I watch Arsenal Fan TV? Only when they lose. To be honest, I've said before, like, I'm glad that the Chelsea community, people's videos do better when we win, and we're not known for like the crazy shouting, screaming, raging of losing. But I do enjoy watching it. Like, there's definitely a place for that on YouTube. So I do watch Arsenal Fan TV. Who doesn't? Out of 10, how much do I miss Hazard? I'm going to say 8. I miss Hazard because I love Hazard as an individual. But the reason it's not a 10 is because we're doing very well without him. So we don't miss him from a club point of view. I miss him from like a personal point of view. Do I know Rory and the true Geordie? Yes, I've known Rory for a long time. And I've known Geordie for about 4 years, 5 years as well. No, not 5 years. Maybe like 4 years I've known Geordie. Good man. A very nice person. Swimming Trunks says donate. Thank you for promoting it, my friend. The main threats we may encounter against City. I mean, there is an abundance of threats against City. Good ball in. England with another chance. Mason Mount trying to put the pressure on, but Kosovo come away with the ball again. One of the main threats is going to be their attackers. Like Sergio Aguero or Gabriel Jesus. They've got... Oh no, Nick Pope has slipped. Oh, good defending. Who is that getting back for England there? That was really good. We've just had another donation from Max Carr. Oh, Tammy. Abraham. Big man like Tammy. Nick Pope does well. I think it was Declan Rice who was running back there from England. And he's yeah, well done. Declan doing very well. How many England players do I think will make the 2020 squad? I think Hudson-Odoi will. I think Tammy will. Tamori will. Mason Mount will. I think Reece James will, if he's given the opportunities. I don't think Barkley will, if I'm being honest. I think he will lose his place in the Chelsea team. Well, he has lost his place, and then will end up losing his place in the England team too. Who else? Hudson-Odoi, Mason Mount, Reece James, Tamori, and Tammy. Definitely 5. How long do I think it will take for Chelsea to win the league again? I think within the next 3 seasons, we'll have won the league at least once. Should Rudiger be in the starting lineup? There's no reason why he shouldn't be, other than the fact that both Zuma and Tamori have done so well. What a pass from Harry Kane, but very quick goalkeeping again. Muric, the Kosovo keeper, doing well to deny Raheem Sterling getting on the end of that. And Ruben. Sorry, I've just seen that I forgot Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I'm sorry. Don't dislike the stream for that. I forgot. I'm sorry. Ruben Loftus-Cheek will be in the England squad. So that is 6 players minimum in the England squad. Maybe we sign a couple of other England players in the meantime. We are 1 like on the stream away from 400. Let me know if you're like number 400. Hit the like button now. We are 1 away. Yeah, I'm tired, man. The thing is, it's easy to have forgotten about Ruben because we've not seen him play for so long. Do you know what I mean? Yes, we are now over 400 likes on the stream, and I think Jersey Boy has claimed like number 400. So thank you to everyone who's hit the like button on the stream. We are well over 400 now. When will Ruben be fully fit? I'm going to say February. How has Frank made everyone better? I think it's basically like to understand what it means to play for Chelsea is a big thing. And I think what we've seen over the years with some managers is there's been passion, but it's been few and far between. And I think with Frank, like, it's united the fans for a start, which has an impact on the players. And I think just giving everyone an opportunity, not being afraid to make changes, and picking the team based off of this meritocracy we talk about, it's really helped the mentality of the players, as Zach Evans has just said. All right, England are getting forward again with Raheem Sterling taking on the number 7. It's a good ball into the box, sliced away, Harry Kane. It's 2-0 England. We will win this game now. England 2-0, and Harry Kane scores again. Poor defending, which is something you won't say that we've seen too much of from Kosovo today. They've been very resolute at the back. But England have doubled their lead in Kosovo. It's now Kosovo 0, England 2, 79 minutes into the game. And the patient Harry Kane has scored again. What is my favourite Chelsea chant? It is just simply the Chelsea chant. I've already answered that question today. Harry Kane doing bits, says NHK. Will England win the World Cup? Quietly confident, as we always are, but genuinely this time, I think there's good reason to be optimistic as an England fan. What is my favourite moment as a Chelsea fan? Definitely when Didier Drogba tucked the ball into the bottom left corner in the Allianz Arena. That is a moment I will never forget for my entire duration of time on planet Earth. Do I think Sancho would justify the price tag? Yes, eventually he would. But it's a lot of money to outlay. This is the best channel, says Soldado Abdi. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Good ball in again. Oh, it's almost on the toe of Harry Kane for a second goal in a matter of minutes. Should we sell Christensen? No, I don't think so. Mark Gurhey is an option. Yes, he is. He's a good young player. I'm excited for his future. But we shouldn't be selling Christensen. Holland will win it, says Lucas van Wettem. I think you probably might be from the Netherlands, so I think there's probably an element of bias there, the same way as there is an element of bias for me as an England fan, but there is absolutely no doubt in my mind that the Netherlands will be doing... Oh, Mason, brilliant. Gives it to Harry Kane. Mason Mount for the assist. Harry Kane, lovely footwork. Good defending again from Kosovo, but good work from Mason Mount, and England win a corner. We have upped the gears in the last few minutes. Harry Kane looking sharp again. 2-0 England as we look for a third. Harry Kane with a couple of opportunities, but it will be an England corner. 444 likes on the stream. Thank you, guys. That's £17 in live chat donations as well. Big thank you to everyone who's donated so far. We've got 9 minutes of football left. Chilwell with a cross. It's towards Tyrone Mings and it's headed away. Reece or Aspi versus City. I haven't made up my mind yet. I'm not going to lie. I've been thinking about this City lineup for a long time, and I'm not sure what I'm going to pick. I will make my Man City preview probably earlier this week than normal. Most underrated youngster in Chelsea, definitely Reece James. I have literally given Reece James a lot of airtime in this stream today. Been streaming for nearly 100 minutes. A big thank you to everybody who's turned out. It's not as many people as when it's a Chelsea stream, but we're on Hudson-Odoi, Mason Mount watch, and we've not seen Tammy Abraham, but there's still 8 minutes of football to go. Rashford has come on, Mount has come on. We still might have time for a bit of Tammy Abraham time. He did score in the game against Montenegro, so he definitely deserves a bit of a run out here in Kosovo. AFTV or Angry Rant Man? Gotta go with my boy, the Angry Rant Man. Nice guy as well. I've spoken to him on DMs and stuff. He's a nice guy. And his videos are funny. There's no doubting on that. Here's Raheem Sterling. He's got Marcus Rashford forward. Rashford is in. Oh, what a finish from Marcus Rashford. The man is in brilliant form right now. Scored against Montenegro. And that is a brilliant first-time finish from Manchester United and England's number 20, Marcus Rashford. 3 goals in 6 qualifying games for England. And England have a third in Kosovo. That is a beautiful first-time finish. Marcus Rashford, he's in brilliant form. He scored those 2 goals against Chelsea. And he scored 2 in 2 during this international break for England. That is a beautiful first-time finish. The assist from the man who wasn't even considered for the game against Montenegro. Raheem Sterling to Marcus Rashford. That is a beautiful, perfect finish. And we come back to a $5 donation from Sid, who says, how many goals or assists do I think Pulisic will have? I think we'll see the minimum of 20 contributions this season from Pulisic. We've had another donation from Kian Hooper. Thank you for the £2. To answer your second question, Sid, do I see him long-term with Chelsea? Yes, I do. Fikayo Tomori's coming on, ladies and gentlemen. Trent Alexander-Arnold is coming off for the final 6.5 minutes. We will see Big Fick coming on for England. Number 16, Tomori is on. Things you love to see. Mason Mount and Fikayo Tomori finishing off the game on the field for England. This is a perfect end to the international break. After today, it all turns back to Chelsea. Big thank you to everybody who has been supporting the streams during this international break. We've done 3 live streams this week. 2 for England games and 1 just to chat to you all about Chelsea. But Fikayo Tomori is on the field for the remaining 6 minutes. Imagine if he scores. Don't know what I'll do, but have I seen Fick's video with Chunks? Yes, I actually watched that on Thursday night. Really enjoyed it. That was a good video with Philly and Chunks and Fikayo Tomori. Good fun, nice laid back, things you like to see within a football collab with a player and YouTube star. I was looking for another word there, but just completely bypassed my mind. What do I think about Hudson-Odoi's performance today? Taking away Chelsea bias, I'd say it was an average Hudson-Odoi performance. There were bright moments, but I don't think he covered himself in all of the glory that we'll see from him in the future. Do a video on Chelsea chants. Well, I actually did record one with Tilda. It was a really sick video, but it was, I didn't turn the microphone on, so it's my bad, to be honest. It would have been a great video for the international break, but we screwed it up. And the problem is, now Tilda knows the chants because we've done that video. It's kind of hard to do it again in the future unless she forgets them. So interestingly, we're seeing Tomori as like a right back right now. He's actually in Kosovo's half, which is interesting. We've seen him over his duration of his footballing career play in more advanced positions, very similar to John Terry, who started off as like a central midfielder / striker, ended up as a centre half. But Tomori's playing on the right here, which is seeing him get forward quite a lot as England are on the front foot, which is actually really interesting. Declan Rice giving it to Harry Winks, who I'd probably give the man of the match to Harry Winks today. Tomori with one of his first touches heads it down to Harry Maguire, who is looking to ping the ball out wide, and he slipped, but it's a lovely pass to Harry Kane. Here's Mason Mount in a more central role for England. Good touch, giving it to Raheem Sterling. Sterling sees the run of Chilwell, but decides to give it to Kane. Kane tries to turn inside. Kosovo defending resolutely again as they try to break forward, but England, again with Mason Mount and Harry Kane putting the pressure on, looking really good in these stages of this game to see it out, to try and get the clean sheet. Brilliant again from Declan Rice. Gives it to Harry Kane, who has spread one out to Rashford, who's chested it down. Marcus Rashford, he's done well again. Trying to put it onto his left foot. Kosovo defending resolutely at the back once more. Whew. Hudson-Odoi to Real Madrid. Wait to see my video. There will be a brand new video uploaded 30 minutes upon the end of this live stream. So stay tuned to the George Benson football channel and we will talk all things Hudson-Odoi and Real Madrid. After the game, can I run the stream for a bit longer? No, I can't, because I desperately need the bathroom. I'm not going to lie to you. The next 4 minutes is going to be painful for me. I've needed to go to the toilet for like the last half an hour. Giving you guys way too much information right now. But I'm also uploading a video not too soon after, so stay tuned for that one. Well, Hudson-Odoi has signed a new contract, so it's pretty certain he's staying at Chelsea. But, you know, if Real Madrid come knocking on the door, heads will be turned. They'll always be turned, but I do think he'll stay. Do I think Tammy will score against City? I'd love to think so. I really hope so. Best kit sponsor. To be honest, all of the kit sponsors are doing bits right now, but I really love what Nike have done with Chelsea's kits this season. I like all 3 of our kits. I wonder, will we have time to see another England goal in the final 2.5 minutes of this game plus stoppage time? Rudiger to start against City? I don't think so. I think it will be a Tomori and Zuma partnership. It's been going very well for us, and I wouldn't change it for the City game. I think that as a combination, we see the aerial presence of Zuma, we see the speed and agility of Tomori, we see the tackling ability of Kurt Zuma, I think it's a really good partnership, and I don't think it will change for the City game. The midfield versus City. I've kind of alluded to the whole Kovacic, Kante, Jorginho trio. I think we will see that, but I'm gonna do a very long preview for that City game. I'm gonna try and delve into all of the different things. I might even split it into 2 parts, to be honest. I might do like a after Frank's press conference, what will the team be? And then I'll probably do another video, which is like, how can we beat Manchester City video. Big week of football this week. The City game is huge for Chelsea. If, hypothetically, we can get a result in that game, we will be in a very, very good position in the Premier League table. That will be the 8th consecutive away win in all competitions as well, which is certainly not something to be ignored. Chelsea have looked very good away from home. In fact, we've looked better away from home than we have at home. I think it's the freedom, the attacking flair that we show away from home that's been so good for us so far. As Harry Winks wins the ball back again for England. Raheem Sterling. Clean sheet is important now for England, but again, always looking to get forward and score a goal. This England team are so good going forward. We've not had the most difficult fixtures in this qualifying group, but beat what we've put in front of us, we have. Apart from that one game away at the Czech Republic, which was a poor performance. Other than that, England have been phenomenal, and we walk into the international, we walk into the Euros as one of the number 1 seeds. Thoughts on Olivier Giroud? Again, it's something that I touch upon in the video that is about to go live on the George Benson football channel. I've still got to make a thumbnail and do the description and monetize the video, of course. But that video will be live at, I'm going to say, 7:15, guys. There will be a brand new video on the George Benson football channel in 29 minutes from this very moment. So stay tuned for that video. Thank you to everybody who has been involved in this stream, whether you've been in for 5 minutes or whether you've been in for the whole 107 minutes. Thank you to everybody who's turned up. Mason, go on! Yes! Come on! 4-0 England. Mason Mount with a goal. Get in there. Kosovo 0. England 4. Mason Mount delivers. What a perfect end. We had Tammy Abraham score against Montenegro. That was a perfect ending. Now Mason Mount has just scored for England. 4-0. We're going to win the Euros. That is his first goal in an England shirt. This is honestly the perfect end to the stream. I've actually forgotten now that I need a wee. Phenomenal stuff. Mason Mount, left-footed finish. That's what he does. He's always in the right position at the right time. Harry Kane gave the ball away, but it's the press. It's the way that he constantly doesn't stop running. He chases down the goalkeeper, who plays the ball out from the back. Kosovo player slips. Mason's in the right position. Harry Kane, the England captain, with the assist. Mason Mount scores for England. Absolutely brilliant. Harry Kane as well, credit to him. But it's Mason Mount's persistence and the fact he's always in the attacking positions. I flipping love it. And that is, honestly, that is the perfect end to this live stream. If you haven't yet hit the like button on the stream, hit the like button. We're almost at 500 likes on the stream. It'd be great if we could hit that now. We've literally got 30 seconds left, so I'm going to try and wrap things up. England have been brilliant tonight. Kosovo have actually been very good. So credit to Kosovo where it's due. Just got 20 seconds left to try and keep the clean sheet as Declan Rice comes back again. He's had a very good game for England. Here's Fikayo Tomori looking to make the block, but Nick Pope gets the ball in his hands. It's pretty much the clean sheet. Guaranteed. England finish their Euro 2020 qualifying campaign with a win. And yet again, another convincing win, scoring freely. 4-0 away in Kosovo. It's been a beautiful footballing occasion as the referee blows the whistle for 4 time. Kosovo 0, England 4. We will be steaming into the Euros as one of the top 6 seeds. It is a huge moment for England. Really important that we managed to get that top seed to get a favourable draw for the Euros. But anyway, I desperately need a wee. So I'm going to wrap this stream up now. Huge thank you to everybody with the super chats. Mason Mount wraps it up for England with the 4th goal. We've had a perfect little week of streaming here on the George Benson football channel. If you haven't yet hit a like button on the stream, be sure to do so. And there is a link in the description to a video that I filmed with the son of Chelsea. His name's Daniel. Go and click the link in the description. Let him know in the comments that I sent you guys there. It's about a 30-minute video, and my video will be live in 30 minutes. So if you go and watch that now, you can enjoy that and then watch my video at 7:30 or 7:15. So yeah, cheers for being absolute legends. Thanks for everyone watching. I will catch you all later. Goodbye.